Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Brunel University London Hong Kong webinar. And this is May. I'm a regional manager for East Asia, including Hong Kong. So today I'm going to talk about study postgraduate at Brunel University London. So this webinar is for September offer holders, and also is applied to undergraduate and postgraduate candidates. And I'm going to introduce Brunel about 15 minutes. If you do have any questions, and we'll take some time to go through the question and answers. So firstly, I'd like to talk about Brunel. So I've done a lot of presentations before, and when I ask Brunel, what does it stand for? So many course counselors or students told me, oh, it's actually a location, and it's a place, and and it's an architecture name. But actually, it's not. Brunel is one of the most famous engineer and designer and entrepreneur in Victorian time. And some of his most famous works include suspension bridge in Bristol, Clifton Suspension Bridge, which you could see from the photo on the left top. And a Paddington Station, and it's another one he designed. And also the tunnel box with the Great Western Railway, and also the steamboat, like a steamship from Great Western ship, which is the first passenger ship from London to New York, which is driven by propel. Why I think Brunel is one of the best universities for you to choose. And firstly, it's about its location. And I know a lot of the Hong Kong students, when I speak to the parents, and the parents would like to place them in a suburb or in a slightly remote area away from London. And I guess because it's more like Hong Kong is very crowded, parents may think that there might be some distraction for their children. But for me, and I think our location is really good because we're not in central London. We are located in West London, and which is about 20 minutes away from Heathrow Airport, but 40 minutes by MTR to central London. And because we're not in central London, so the living cost and accommodation are much more reasonable than central London. Plus, we have a really quiet and open study area, so the students will not have that much distractions. And secondly, because we have our all-in-one campus, including sports, accommodation, catering, and social facilities. So we are the only one, all-integrated campus in London, so that students do not have to travel from one block to another block, and between their accommodation and their classroom. And the university is a very dynamic student community. We have 13,000 students among 13,000 students, 3,000 are international students from about 110 countries. And I know accommodations are a lot of Hong Kong parents' primary concern. But I'd like to ensure that every single international student is guaranteed on-campus accommodation, and we do endeavor to provide a supportive environment for studies. Okay. So this slide, you could see the map on the left is where Brunel is. And on the top right is London, and some pictures in London. So the reason why we put a night view of London is actually when students finish the class and they could easily jump on there and on the underground traveling to London, maybe having some authentic Cantonese food or do a bit shopping and then coming back. For some of the healthcare students, they do their work placement in central London, but they still stay on campus. So it's a very convenient location. And plus, we're not in central London. For city-wise, it is one of the most secure campus in London. So on the university campus, there's everything student needs, but if the student would like to have more options, they could always go to London. And students will also have access to our award-winning professional development center for any part-time work, sandwich placements, and entrepreneurial opportunities. Well, as you know, this year London continues to be rated as top one for global city power. So this has been the 5th year for London being ranked as a top one for global city power. And I think I strongly encourage students who study, for example, healthcare, design, or any industrial, creative industrial subject, even business, thinking about to study in London because London offers all sorts of opportunities and which will supplement your academic study for you to have a real global and international perspective and insights. So this is our overview of the university map. So if you look at the buildings with the green paths, these are all the accommodations. If you look at our accommodations are actually spread across the university. And we do have an indoor athlete center as well, which is a professional training center, training ground used by all the professional athletes, including Farah, Usain Bolt, etc. So in terms of accommodation, and we have different choices for students. Price-wise, is about £150 per week to about £250 per week. So, for example, we have fabric hall, planning hall, including private bath, room facility, ensuite. This works about £150 per week. And yeah, this picture is about study environment at Brunel. And you could see the library, you could see the greenlands, and you could see the indoor athlete center. Yes, Usain Bolt with some of our students studying sports on campus. There are group photos, and the stadiums, and cafe areas. These are the pictures of student life. And we do have like an Apple Store. You could download lots of apps relating to Brunel. For example, Brunel Sport, and you could book your tennis court, and you could book basketball slots or badminton slots, and there are varieties of clubbings. On the campus, Student Society, we have more than 140 student societies for students to choose. Feel free to check on your mobile. And more reasons are we are very proud of our rankings. For example, in a recent ranking on QS, we ranked 335 in the world and about 40s in the UK. And Times Higher University ranking in the whole world in 2018, and we ranked about 350 as well. So with all these rankings, and I'm sure like this is the best quality control, and we do for our students. In terms of the key subjects, and whereas the business, we have marketing management, HR, global supply chain, finance, and we do economics and finance as well. We have media, for example, international journalism, media communications, etc. We have our engineering. Engineering has ranked second in London, 15th in the UK, including aviation, aerospace engineering, mechanical, civil, etc. And we have our design as well, and the subjects including product design, industrial design, and digital design, and game design. So, and for any students who are currently in the UK, I'd like to strongly recommend you come to our Made in Brunel show in Ox Tower, and it will last 4 months, where you could see all the recent works and from the graduates. Some of the level 1 and level 2 and master students' work displayed in Ox Tower as well. And I've seen so many incredible students working with industrials for their final project. And one of my Hong Kong students, Stephen Paul, he actually works with Land Rover and for the navigator system. And this project is sponsored by them. And so there are lots of different design works shown in Ox Tower. We do offer sports and healthcare as well. Our sports and healthcare are ranked top 10 in the UK and top 100 on QS rankings. Healthcare, we primarily focus on occupational therapy and physiotherapy. In terms of Brunel, Brunel has 3 colleges focusing on different areas. We have business, arts, and social science. We have engineering, design, and physical sciences, and we have healthcare and biomedical science. And on campus, we do have our LBIC, which is our pathway provider, providing foundation and pre-master and international year 1 courses to students. For students who do not meet the entry requirement on campus, we have Brunel Language Center, which offer professional English course to the students. So in terms of the College of Business, Arts and Social Sciences, and I'd like to mention a few things. One thing is the Brunel Business School is an accredited business school on AACSB and AMBA. So AACSB basically rated us as top 5% globally. For accreditations, we have CIM, CIPS, CILT, CIPD, AMBA, ICAW, ACCA, like a professional accredited programs. For employability is one thing Brunel students are always proud of themselves. We do offer business life modules, and we provide work experience modules, sandwich degrees, and for master's program, we do have courses provided professional practice, about 3 months of practice in the industry in London. In terms of the ranking, our Masters in Management ranked 13th in the UK, and our Marketing ranked 1st in London, and Brunel Business School is ranked 18th in the UK and 82nd, 82 in Europe by Financial Times. By 18th in the UK, actually, on this ranking, Brunel University Business School is higher ranking than Manchester Business School, as well as Bradford Business School. So there are 4 masters in master's routes in economics and finance. We have MSc Finance and Accounting, MSc Finance and Investment, MSc Banking and Finance and MSc Business Finance. So for MSc Banking and Finance and MSc Business Finance, these two subjects are conversion courses. So the key selling point of this subject is we're the first in London offering work placement to students for 6 to 15 weeks. And students do their placement in HSBC, Morgan Stanley, EY, PwC, or KPMG. And we do introduce free maths introductory studies to support students in maths and statistics. And the students have free access to all the major finance tools, like database tools, like a Bloomberg database, Aiken, DataStream, Thomson One Banker, Fame, and O series, etc. And we do have our January intake as well. We have business and management, so we have law January intake. If you are late for September intake, don't worry, you could contact us as soon as possible. We would be happy to place you on our January postgraduate course. And we do have about more than 10 subjects offering placement. I know it's very difficult for postgraduate students to secure work placement. But at Brunel, we have these following subjects offering work placement to postgraduate students, including banking finance and investment, finance and accounting, business finance. We do have applied corporate brand management and data science, analytics, digital services design, sustainability design, and entrepreneurship, and international relations. All these master's programs offer 3 months work placement to students. I'd like to talk about College of Engineering, Design, and Physical Science. We have 5 departments covering subjects in aerospace, aviation, automotive and civil engineering, computer design, digital media, electronic and electrical engineering, mathematics and mechanical engineering, and biomechanical engineering. And which covers 26 undergraduate programs and 32 master's programs. So all the programs are accredited by professional institutions. Placements in industry during UG studies. And we have a high score of National Student Survey. For example, mechanical engineering is in the 10th in the UK and 2nd in London. Among overall satisfaction is 92%. And on top of that, the university invested hugely in a new engineering centre. £60 million was spent on the new investment. And we do have a College of Health and Life Sciences, Department of Clinical Science, providing courses in occupational therapy, physiotherapy, social work, health economics, public health and health promotion, specialist community public health nursing. Department of Life Sciences providing courses in biosciences, psychology, environmental science, and in sports, health, and exercises. Accreditation by professional institutions, work placements during undergraduate studies. And we do provide a compulsory work placement for PG in occupational therapy and physiotherapy. In terms of research areas, we have a Center for Culture and Evolution, Center for Cognitive Neuroscience, Center for Human Performance, Exercise and Rehabilitation, and in the Institute of Environment, Health and Societies. The Complete University Guide ranks us #1 for sports science in London. In biosciences, we are rated #1 for student satisfaction out of the 15 bioscience courses in London. Our research on chemical in the environment won the Queen's Anniversary Prize for higher and further education. We do give great support to our international students. We have our student center for first point of contact for any queries you have in terms of registration, finance, visa, letters, etc. We have on campus a medical center, pharmacy, and we do offer academic skills support, including English support and maybe English essay writing, maths reading, and proofreading, etc. We have our personal development center to support students with their work placement, part-time and full-time job, career planning, and starting up of the business. And we do have the disability and service counseling service as well. Okay. So in how to accept your letter of offers, typical conditions to met. For example, academic. As soon as you receive your final results, please upload to your My Applications portal. English language requirement. Please upload your IELTS or alternative certificate to your My Application portal. For reference, it needs to be on letter-headed paper and signed by the referee. Upload to your My Applications portal. A test. ATAS only required for certain courses. Applications can take at least 20 days to process. Length of study form. To comply with the UKBI requirements, complete an online form. Copy of passport must be in date and to ensure all your details are accurate. Deposit payment. We require £3,000 deposit before we issue cash to help you apply for your visa. The international admissions team automatically receive an email to notify them you have uploaded the information on the My Applications portal. Alternatively, please email documents to internationaladmissions@brunel.ac.uk. Once you have met all the conditions of your offer letter, a CAS letter will be issued enabling you to apply for your Tier 4 visa. Should you require help and support with your visa, we can request one of our local representative or agents to contact you and offer their support. Please feel free to check on our social media website, including our Instagram, Facebook, and Flip, etc. So that's all for my webinar. And thank you very much for your listening. If you have any further questions, please feel free to ask. And my Skype is Brunel_Maye. And I will be in Hong Kong for Hong Kong DSE clearing in July. And for further information, please access on our website. And my colleagues and I travel to Hong Kong at least 3 times a year. So if you do wish to meet in Hong Kong, please feel free to get in touch. Thank you very much.